I said last night on the show that anyone who hasn't recently emerged from our education system probably underestimates the amount of anti-Australian brainwashing that kids go through these days. The number of young people in favour of the voice could be the big surprise in this referendum. What do you think?
Well, yeah, no, look, it'll be interesting to delve into some of the data, and we'll be doing some polling on this starting next week, I think. So we'll get some indication of this, but I would be pretty certain that you're right, that there's a much stronger support for the voice amongst younger people. And you could put that down to a number of things. Maybe older people are less caring and more stupid. I don't know, but somehow I don't think so. I think we've just seen all this before, haven't we?
We're more realistic.
We've seen the 8 previous attempts to get some form of unelected voice to Canberra, and we've seen every one of them fail. So you just get it, maybe call us jaded, but I just think there's a degree of scepticism that creeps in at a certain age.
Gary Johns said on my show last night that Peter Dutton needs to come out really quickly to say this. So I should say Gary Johns is a former Labor minister and is one of the leading voices on the No campaign. And he said on the show last night, Peter Dutton, the opposition leader, needs to get out as quick as he can and say this needs to be rejected. What's your take on the way Peter Dutton has played this?
Well, Peter Dutton has frustrated a lot of Conservatives, to be honest, because a lot of people hold that view that Gary has, that he needs to come out. He should have come out a long time ago with a fire and brimstone kind of condemnation of this voice. But there's other people apart from the Liberal or the Conservatives in the Liberal Party who think this, including the Prime Minister. I mean, the Prime Minister would desperately love Anthony Albanese to make the story about himself, because Anthony Albanese right now is looking round for his escape path from this. Who will he blame? At the moment, you know, the blame applies to him for having so badly mishandled this referendum process and gone off, you know, without trying to seriously seek any bipartisan support until the last minute. The blame has to lie with Albanese, but he would desperately love, Peter Dutton to come out as a sort of troglodyte Tory from central casting and so he can say, you're the wrecker, you're the one to blame. People of Australia should blame you. And I think Dutton has played a very clever game in not doing that, while at the same time forcing some very substantial concessions out of Albanese in order to get the the mechanism through the Parliament, and you know, the important concessions, because they apply to free speech. You know, there will, even though Albanese didn't want to do it, there will now be an official no argument circulated at every house in a pamphlet. There will now be tax deductible gift status, i.e., you know, deductible donations for the no case as well as the yes case. These are very important things he's pushed, and it's probably right that, you know, you wouldn't want to be the party that said, well, we don't want the people to have their say in this by blocking the legislation altogether. So it's probably right that since the legislation was going to go through one way or another, that he's ensured that we actually get a robust and informed debate insofar as he's able, and a level playing field.